online meat was not sold till now. It was not a concept. People thought it was right there.
Right.
It's something like, you could sell idli batter, but you never thought of selling. But one day, ID Fresh Foods decided, hey, I'm going to sell
Correct.
it today. They're pioneers
Right.
and winners.
Right.
Similarly for Zappfresh, a conception of the idea, but more important is the execution.
Right.
How do you feel that this first mover advantage works for you, and its plus and minus?
Right. So yes, as you said, that it's a very obvious product or a category which was waiting to be getting disrupted. So when we were looking at so the whole brainstorming when we were doing, my mind was on the grocery and the food category, and when we get into that, I was I was constantly looking at where the innovation has not happened, in whichever aspect of the entire value chain for that category.
Right.
And that is where it stuck, and then figured out that okay, this is one category which has not somehow, nobody has done anything about it.
Right.
Whether it is the supply chain or the demand part of it. So from there we started learning more about what are the challenges, why customers are going to a particular store, buying a particular meat, and why do they buy. So this behavior helped us jot down onto this category and understand that okay, we got a lot of conviction that this is it. So we never looked at it as a first mover. We were highly focused in terms of solving the problem. We always believe that if you give the customer what is expected,
Right.
then it's a first mover or second mover or third mover will have a less relevance, specifically in our category because it's so big. And I do believe that it's not a winner take or a first mover market that one will be able to take the entire market. There will be lot of different
Dynamics of
colors.
scale in
Yes,
India, of course,
yes.
have
So it
dominance
will
there.
happen. Yeah, it will happen. You will see minimum, I think, top 3 to 5 players in the category flourishing, just because of the sheer size, not about who came first. And as you said, the execution part is more critical here.
Yeah.
So what we did was that I think for the first 1.5 year, me and Shruti, my co-founder, we really slogged ourselves in the local markets, in the wholesale market, to learn that why the supply chain is like that. I think that learning, we have understood the execution more optimally, and we've also able to gather some intrinsic issues, deep issues in the supply chain of this business, which is the backbone. So execution for this category is hardcore supply chain. Sort that out, and I think the demand will still take care of itself.
Most of the aggregators actually wants more than needs, right? And the aggregators are aggregating brands that are the real needs actually.
Correct.
Keeping Zappfresh in mind, where do you see this need being catered to? Do you feel that the Indian mindset can be fine-tuned or changed or helped when it comes to buying meat online?
Absolutely. I think this goes without saying, because today I see my mom using WhatsApp, which I didn't anticipate it, 5 years before. Now I think even the older generation is catching up to the convenience point. So I keep talking about convenience. Why? Because it's less about technology, more about less of my time getting spent in buying and going out and coming home to me. So for example, we sell through WhatsApp also, even till today, which is with that kind of number of orders, it's a massive task. But we still do that because we do have uncles, aunties who are still sending us a message saying please deliver. So I think what we are focusing is convenience, and technology is a very core part to it.
Sure.
And rather than we looking at it just limited to a particular way of buying the product. So online, I think, is here to stay, and it is definitely going to grow, specifically in micro categories. And when you see the ticket size is not that big, it's small ticket size. Customer doesn't want to go out, he wants convenience. He can pay 20 rupees extra, he can pay 30 rupees extra. So that margin is there for even a customer, and vis-a-vis what is the convenience form which is coming to him. And of course, trust is very important. If convenience is not the only thing where you just start selling online and the product is not up to the mark. So that goes out of shape completely.
You've raised some funding. I think that to expand, you may need a lot more funding.
Right.
What is your expansion vision?
So the reason we've been prudent with respect to the deployment of capital, raising capital, is to, I think somewhere it becomes your principal thing as well, that you start spending money more wisely, and I think that ethos has been there with me and an entire team, which we have inculcated, that even if it's an investor money, we treat it as our own money.
I think investors will be happy to hear this.
Absolutely, because and when they see that, I think the conviction is there that okay, the approach is very different than other companies these days who are spending a lot of money to acquire a customer. So it's there are a few things, basics, which we're trying to put it in place. I think rest of the story gets built on its own.